Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will covering the part about the company background. SIMDB is a multinational conglomerate with hundreds of years of history. The company is formed under the merging of three major entities, such as Gandri, Golden Hope, and SIMDB. Today, SIMDB focus on several major business segments, such as industrial equipment, motor, healthcare, and logistics. This operation spread across multiple countries in Asia Pacific region, making it one of the most influential corporations in Malaysia's economy.
One of the most significant organizational change faced by the SIMDB was its major restructuring plan. This was officially announced in 2017 on their website. The restructuring split the company into three separate public listed entities: SIMDB Pride, SIMDB Presentation, and SIMDB Property. Each of these companies began a pure play organization that focused only on its main business. This restructuring required the company to reorganize thousands of employees, redistribute assets, redesign reporting line, and update internal process. Apart from the 2017 restructuring, SIMDB continued to implement internal reorganization in the following years. For example, in 2024, SIMDB Property announced another internal reorganization to streamline its property development activity under the wholly owned subsidiaries. The goal was to increase efficiency, strengthen operational focus, and prepare for future expansion.
When a company as large as SIMDB goes through a huge transformation, it naturally brings out elements of power and organizational quality. These two factors strongly influence how employees react to changes. First, let's look at power. SIMDB's top leadership team held formal decision-making power when restructuring the business. They control major resources, make strategic decisions, and set the directions of the company. Middle managers had expert power because they understood the operations in detail, and they were responsible for translating the strategic change into practical actions for employees. Employees also held informal power through their influence, their experience, and their relations within the organizations. If employees support the change, it becomes easier. But if they resist, even best planned change can fail. Now let's look at politics. Organizational politics happen when individuals or groups try to protect their interests, negotiate for better roles, or maintain control of resources. During restructuring, some employees might worry about losing their positions, while others may try to secure a better role in the new structure. In SIMDB's case, political behavior appeared when different units adjust to new reporting lines and new responsibility. Leaders need to manage this carefully. If politics get out of control, it can create conflict, reduce morale, and cause unnecessary resistance. However, SIMDB's leadership took steps to minimize negative political behavior. They communicated openly about the purpose of restructuring, clarified the new direction of the organization, and engaged employees in discussions to reduce fear and confusion. Leaders also ensured that role changes were handled fairly and transparently. Next, we move to the elements of fairness, teamwork, and ethical behavior shown by SIMDB's leader during their transformation. First, in terms of fairness, the leadership made sure all employees were treated consistently. They used clear standards for evaluating performance, gave equal access to training when introducing new digital tools, and communicated openly about restructuring. So, employees didn't feel left out or confused about what was happening. For teamwork, SIMDB pushed a very collaborative approach. Instead of making decisions alone, the leaders brought workers, managers, and supervisors together in cross-department task force, especially when they were working on improving their compliance with RSPO requirements. This helped employees feel involved and supported because everyone was working towards the same goals. Then, for ethical behavior, SIMDB took strong action after facing international forced labor allegations. Leadership introduced a stricter zero-tolerance policy, cooperated fully with global auditors like RSPO and US Customs, and strengthened their whistleblowing system so employees could report issues safely. This shows commitment to doing the right thing, not just protecting the company image. Finally, we look at the fair process leadership. This means leaders don't just make decisions, but they explain the reasons behind every change. Sam Levy did this through town hall meetings, regular updates, and feedback channels. Employees were consulted before implementing new policies, and the rules were applied consistently across all operations. Overall, the leaders showed fairness, promoted teamwork, and acted ethically, which helped rebuild trust and support the organizational transformation. Now, let's look at how Sam Levy's organizational culture either support or resisted the change. First, there were positive cultural elements that support the transformation. Sam Levy has always had a disciplined and highly structured working culture. This helped them implement new systems quickly because employees were used to following clear procedure. The organization also has a learning-oriented mindset, especially in their sustainability initiatives. So when digital tools like drone monitoring and automated harvesting system were introduced, many employees were open to learning. Another strength is their strong safety culture. Since safety procedures are taken seriously in plantation and mills, employees were already used to audits and compliance checks. This made it easier for the companies to strengthen governance and meet RSPO requirements.
In this section, we link Sam Darby's situation to relevant organization behavior theories. Firstly, we can apply living change model. In the unfree stage, Sam Darby had to acknowledge the problem raised by international investigation on labor issue. This created urgency and pushed the company to rethink in practice. In the change stage, the company introduced digitalization, stronger audit, better worker housing, and full cooperation with RSPO and US Customs. Finally, in the refreeze stage, Sam Darby reinforced a new culture by updating standard operating procedure, monitoring system, and continuous employee training. This locked a new behavior into place.